Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking today's Dreaded Heroes report. Guess you want some odds and ends, rumors, gossip, and silly stuff going on. Okay, WWE's website still advertising a 1-hour post-show for Extreme Rules on Sunday, but the WWE Network says otherwise. It says there's a 30-minute post-show that begins at 11 o'clock. The pay-per-view replay, by the way, begins at 11:30. There's also been an Extreme Rules pre-show that's going to be going on at 7:30, and that's going to be that panel deal where they talk about stuff. It's going to be Josh Matthews, Booker T, Alex Riley, and Sheamus. I don't know how many people watch that thing, but WWE DVD News, by the way, it says that WrestleMania 30, when it comes out on DVD, it's going to contain 8 hours and 36 minutes of footage. Runtime is considerably longer than other DVDs as of late. Don't know whether they're going to have, that's the of course, WrestleMania 30. I don't know whether the Hall of Fame is added on to that or not. That could be, in full length, that could match up to about 8 hours worth or more. A little bit less, I think. Because I think the Hall of Fame went about 3 hours. Out of the 5 NXT releases that went on this week, I don't know if you heard about that or not. I'll tell you later on that. Only 2 of them so far has commented publicly about being released: Oliver Gray and Danny Burch. Burch said, "I had 2 great years there, ready to go to the next chapter of the Martin Sohn," is his real name, or Danny Burch. Gray says, "Thank you for all your messages today, and it's going to be sad to say goodbye. I leave with no bad feelings and excitement for the future." And Roddy Piper, he's tweeted the following about how he wants to host a late night talk show on WWE Network. And Roddy might as well have said, "Hey Vince, I need some money." Coming out of WWE Financials this morning, there was an update on the pay-per-view buys for the first quarter of 2014. Royal Rumble did 467,000 buys. This was down from 512 in 2013. 512,000. Elimination Chamber did 183,000 buys, down from 213,000 in 2013 or 2013. So, and it's going to be one hell of a lot less comparing last year to this coming year, because of the network is going to take a lot of pay-per-view buys away from the cable networks and satellite dish people. So I don't know how that's going to work out. But anyway, Stamford, Connecticut says today announced the financials for the first quarter ending March 31st. For the quarter, the company reported a net loss of $8.0 million, $8 million even, or 11 cents per share, compared to net income of $3 million or 4 cents per share in the first quarter of last year. They said that the launch of course, the digital network was really expensive, which I'm sure it was, and lower results from its video game licensing business, primarily due to the transition to new licensees, and the factor that partially offset to improve the results from the company's film entertainment business. Tonight's Impact Wrestling will feature Willow, by the way, taking on James Storm, and Eric Young is going to defend in his title. It didn't say who with, who against. But anyway, Kurt Angle is going to be on Facebook and Twitter answering questions during tonight's show. Why they don't want you to watch the show, I have no idea. They want you to look down here and be on Twitter or be on the computer on Facebook and not look at the show. That don't make no sense when they do that. Anyway, if you want to send in a question, it's hashtag #AskAngle. But see, here's the reason people don't do things right. Only 400 fans attended Monday night's TNA wrestling tapings the night after Sacrifice. 400. Well, I could probably get them in my house here. They'd make a mess out of it, but hey. Oh, wrestling legend Bobby the Brain Heenan, he suffered a broken shoulder after a fall while getting out of bed on April 24th in Las Vegas. I fall every day getting out of bed. And Heenan, his family was in Vegas visiting relatives for a wedding, I guess. Heenan actually missed the wedding as he and his wife spent the day at the hospital. And not too long ago, Heenan suffered a broken back when he fell, and many cancer treatments has left his that he's received over the years have left his bones real brittle, I guess. And Heenan reportedly is in remarkably good spirits as of late, even with all of his health issues. And Darren Young recently had reconstructive surgery on a torn tendon, I guess. And he's expected to be back around September or October. I'm telling you that because when he comes back, you may not know it. Didn't know he was gone. There continues to be internal communications internal communications issues with WWE, as Daniel Bryan is booked for a July 12th event in Japan, and a live event on the same night at Madison Square Garden. And Cena's working the July 10th and 11th show in Japan, but is flying back to New York to do the main event in Madison Square Garden. Ooh, I hope they like flying on planes. And noted earlier this week that WWE signed a 24-year-old actress model, Lavana Sakari Swaggart, to a developmental deal. She's currently in Orlando and set to begin training at the Performance Center soon. She reportedly of Samoan descent and is either friends or a relative with the Usos. I hope she don't look like either one of them. And she went through the same WWE tryout camp that Sarah Stock did, or Sarita, Dark Angel, whatever you want to call it. Also went through the same thing. Hey, WWE attendance figures in Toronto do 6,500 fans. Rockford, Illinois drew about 4,800 fans. Louisville, Kentucky, 4,000. Peoria, Illinois, 3,500. Evansville, Indiana, 4,400, and St. Louis did about 10,000 fans for the draw. For the Raw. I think those house shows, as most of those, is from the 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. 28th was probably a Monday, but I think those house show numbers are a little bit down for them too. All right, WWE issued a directive to NXT staff regarding the treatment of some of Gerald Briscoe's wrestling recruits. Why the recruits are getting hassle, I don't know. There's been a feeling that Briscoe would sign guys with good looks, personality, and skills, but when they got to Orlando Performance Center, certain people, possibly trainers working with the developmental, would try and run them off because they didn't like their shoot-arounds. Oh, or it could be just they found something Briscoe found that everybody's got their own feelings on people. And in fact, it's said that Bill Goldberg definitely is interested in doing a match at WrestleMania 31 if the deal is right and can be made. He kept himself in shape, he's keeping himself in shape, training almost daily, and will be 48 by the next year's WrestleMania. I say get there quick, Bill. And PWI Insider reports that WWE released the following wrestlers from NXT. Here we go. I'm surprised at this. Mason Ryan, for one, because I thought they would stick him with a match with Batista, but they said he looks a little bit different lately. I haven't seen him, but anyway, he was a former Nexus member. Lost to Tyson Kidd on NXT TV was the last time we seen him. Shaw Guerrero, known as Raquel Diaz down there, she is the daughter of Eddie and Vicky Guerrero. This was her second time in developmental. Danny Burch, UK talent. There you go. I'm about done. Hang on. UK talent who had been signed since 2011, and Oliver Gray, UK talent, who just returned from a knee injury after being out for quite a while. He lost to Camacho on NXT TV, if you've seen him. All right, before I get to the shareholders thing, what else have I got here? Maybe this might be interesting to you. Shareholders and Foundation Incorporated, never heard of them, issued the following statement today. World Wrestling Entertainment, Inc., investors investigating certain potential violations of security laws. It says if you purchased any shares of World Wrestling Entertainment, you have certain options. You should contact the Shareholders Foundation, Inc. And WWE released a statement earlier about the Shareholders Foundation is launching an investigation on behalf for potential security violations. WWE says the claim that Security Foundation, shareholder foundation, is allegedly investigating it absolutely has no substance or merit to it. We'll see. They got an idea of that from somewhere. North American Wrestling Rankings blog, which has been keeping TV stats. I don't know who does the stats on that, but it's got to be boring, you know. Since November 2000 reports the following. When Kofi Kingston lost to Bad News Barrett on July 29, 2014 episode of the main event, it was his 100th televised singles loss. Kingston is just the third, which is the dubious title to have, I guess. He's just the third wrestler to lose 100 matches behind Dolph Ziggler, and Jack Swagger does lose quite a bit. And it's just the second to register triple digits in wins and losses, Ziggler being the first. Others close to the century mark for losses as of 2000, or as of July 29th are, well, of this year. Here's the ones that's the closest so far. The Miz has 94 losses, and Zack Ryder has 90. I got faith in those two. I bet they can beat that record. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.